Hey everybody. So I had a really cool breakthrough. Well, I've been working a lot on N64 emulation, and when I was messing with some config files, trying to eke a little bit more performance out of the emulators, trying to get Conkers running, I happened upon something that I figured I'd try. And as far as I can tell, I don't think it's been done on a Raspberry Pi before, mostly because of the performance and the performance constraints. But in the days of Project 64 and Project 64 community for a while, they created what are called high texture res packs, and what that does is it replaces all of the images inside of a 64 ROM with higher resolution images, and it basically just one-for-ones them and swaps them and plays the game, so you can play the game with an increased HD experience. So what I did, I tried it on the Pi, messed with a couple of things, wasn't working, found a way around that, and so I got it working, and I wanted to share it with the community in case anybody else wanted to try it for themselves. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just go to the Nintendo 64 category, and now what I want to do is launch a game first to get a reference. Let's launch Wave Race, and we'll go ahead and get a reference to what this just looks like standard. Now, I have a Raspberry Pi 3 and it is overclocked. I've shown before in the settings, but it's got a pretty aggressive overclock, and it's got a cooling case, and it has heat sinks and the whole deal. So it's holding a pretty stable overclock and playing all the games, playing quite a few of the N64 games well. So it's definitely something you probably want to do before you try these high-res texture packs. We'll save them for the end, but there's one or two games that when you enable the texture pack, it starts to kind of really slow them down, and I'm going to have to work with a few more settings and try to track on how to get them playable at full speed again. So this is Wave Race, and this is on the Pi 3, and there's nothing wrong. It looks great and it plays great on my Pi. And I'm just playing a few seconds of this to give you a reference as to what it looks like just standard, before we go ahead and enable the texture pack. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and exit. And what I'm gonna do is, unfortunately, even though I've set via the run command Wave Race to load with the Rice emulator, because thus far the only way I've been able to do high texture is with the Rice plugin. Even though I've set that as the plugin and run command, it does not load the texture pack. But I did find that if I drop down to terminal, that I can launch it and bring the texture pack in via a command line. To the manual way to launch when Emulation Station, it runs run command, and run command runs the command that actually loads the emulator and passes the ROM info. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just switch to my N64 ROMs directory. And we're going to manually call up the emulator. We're going to define, and we're going to tell it that we want it to run with the Rice plugin with that flag, and then we're just going to call up the ROM name. And press enter. Now, immediately you can see in just this title screen, the logo. The logo is upgraded, the font is upgraded. You can already see just in the intro video that's going on that the textures are just much sharper. So these are all high digital images that the game is rendering instead of the default images that were inside of the ROM package itself. Now, Wave Race slows down a little bit during play. Not so much that it's unplayable, but I am going to keep working with the overclock and some fine-tuned settings just to try to get it back to 100% full speed again. But it's absolutely playable. Now we see in the top rank the font has all been sorry, I'm playing and talking at the same time, so the font has been upgraded in the top. That's all high-res images, and we have the portraits on the side are upgraded a little bit, as well as the water effects are a little bit better. Even these bubbles on the side, the ring bubbles, I guess, or whatever you call them. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and exit this game. We'll go to the next one. So I'm going to go back to Emulation Station, and we're going to load up Super Mario 64. And this is just to give you a frame of reference of stock, so that you can tell the difference between the high texture pack and stock.
Hey, Mario! Okie dokie.
Hey Mario, please come to the castle. I'm Diddy Kong. Your tribute, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Now the game looks great, but the texture pack, and when we load the texture pack in just a minute, I'm going to show you how much better it's going to look. Pay attention to the image of the princess, the lettering, how Mario's rendered. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to exit Super Mario. And I'm going to go load it. I'm going to go back to the command line to load. And now we'll launch with the texture pack.
It's me, Mario! Hello!
Now what's interesting about the Super Mario one, there's actually 5 or 6 different packs for Super Mario. One of them enables, I think, like a Super Mario Sunshine look and feel to it, and a few of the other ones do like a retro skin, you know, a few different artistic interpretations. It really changes the gameplay. I can't wait to play through all these again with the different texture packs. So you can already see that cloud is rendered. It's got, you know, a sharper, more effect. The princess in the stained glass looks fantastic. The water is rendered better. Now, Super Mario is one of those games that even with the texture pack enabled, I can't feel any difference in the play and the speed of the game. It feels great, it responds great. If you look at the Goomba face is actually rendered. Let's see if I can get into it all. The Goombas are actually updated, so I mean, almost all of the, you know, enemies and mobs in the game have had an upgrade. I think the game just looks fantastic. Oh! Alright, so we'll go ahead and exit Mario. And we will go back to Emulation Station and give us a real quick reference for, let's see, let's do the next game. Let's do Legend of Zelda. Ocarina. Let's do Ocarina. And so this is this is just stock Ocarina. And then let's go ahead and just exit and go to the texture pack one. I think the texture pack for Zelda is huge. It's like 768 megabytes. It's a huge texture pack. And we can see just in the title screen the work that's been done. We'll go ahead and exit Zelda, but I mean, you can tell for yourself. I think the game looks fantastic. From here on out, I'll just load the straight rest of the ones that I want to show as an example of the texture packs that I've gotten working. The next one we'll do is Starbucks. Press start. Yeah.
It's about time you showed up.
You see the portrait models have been changed out for higher res images.
I'll do my best. Andros won't have his way with me. Open the wing. Check your diffuser system. Soundproof here. I'm fine. This is Peppy. All systems go.
Slippery here. I'm okay.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
So you see the porches have upgraded, all the text there. The HUD is, I think it's a cooler HUD. Maybe models.
Get back here. Slippy, watch out. Don't be on your tail.
Whoa! Help me! Thanks, boss. I thought they had me.
We're entering an area of city now. This is horrible. Everybody stay alert. You've got an enemy on your tail. Use the brake.
So looking pretty good. All right, let's try. Let's go ahead and exit Star Fox. Let's try the ones that I have left. Let's see. I think I have Majora's Mask. Oh, let's do Mario Kart real quick. We already did it. Zelda. See all the work they just put into the to the select screen. So we can see the portraits on the left-hand side of the screen are all upgraded. We have wall art now, kind of like a NASCAR feel to it, like advertisements. The trees have been upgraded, a lot of the aspects of the map. The screen which shows your item. I particularly like this rotating Luigi image on the balloon that comes in. try. Let's see. Let's do Majora's Mask now, real quick. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Hold select high punch. Now you can see some aspects of kind of like with the textures. They're nodding to Wind Waker with the font and the kind of the coloring style. let's try. Let me think here. Let's go to exit Majora, and let me see the. Let me just check real quick the ones that I haven't demoed so far. Diddy Kong, Paper Mario, which crashed it last time. Yeah, so let's do Diddy Kong real quick.
Diddy Kong Racing! Well
I really like this texture pack. This is really nice looking. It still plays great and feels fine. So let's go ahead and exit this one. What was the one thing I do want to show is concerning why it's not launching from Emulation Station, or why it's not loading a texture pack correctly. Let's launch Mario Kart, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go into the Run Command menu, and we see this ROM is designated to indicate Blaze Rice. And the way that you, there's a file inside of the /opt/retropie/configs/N64 file, and it's the lupin64plus.cfg file. And in that file, there is a line underneath the rice category to enable high-res textures. And these textures are all made for rice. So we've enabled that to true. On my system, I've enabled it to true and put the ROM files, or put the high-res texture pack, excuse me, into the correct location. So theoretically, launching via this method should launch N64 Blast Contrast. But we'll go ahead and go down to launch and show that it doesn't fully load the texture pack. Like if you go back in the video and you watch what Super Mario 64 looked like when we booted it before, as opposed to Emulation Station, like the title screen isn't, the texture pack, the menu screen is different. The menu screen is right. But it's just not loading all of the textures that were available to us when loading from command. And theoretically, it should be the same command that's passed. So I don't know if run command has some dynamic that it's just not properly processing the config file that's in the configs N64 directory, or what's going on. And we can tell that the whole texture pack hasn't loaded. Parts of it have, but the portraits on the left-hand side are not high-res images. Those are the default images. So something is funny about how it's working, and I'll probably end up putting in a get out ticket or something to that effect. I'm going to continue. I really only stumbled upon this earlier today. I'm going to continue working with settings, and tweaking and refining it, and I will share with that. I'll probably create a wiki page and link to that off the standard GitHub, and link to that inside of the YouTube comments. So I can kind of update you on what I find in different texture packs and things like that. Some of these texture packs have, are on dead links and old, so some of them can be kind of fun, kind of hard to find. So, but yeah, I was just really excited to show you. Let's go ahead and exit this. And I was just really excited to show you that texture packs are absolutely possible on the Raspberry Pi 3. I haven't tried it with the default clock setting. If you are feeling adventurous and would like to do it and just have no preference toward overclock, and you still want to load the texture pack, but don't be surprised if it bogs the system down, even if you're on a 3. And it's possible that an overclocked Pi 2 could also do this. I don't know if it was ever attempted. If it was, or if somebody that's done it before, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I will continue to update you guys on the improvements that I make on the 64 side of things, and let me know if you have any questions, and I will leave a description in the comments of kind of the steps to take in order to get this working for yourselves. And thank you for your time. Bye.